Last month we looked at a video from the Apollo detectives regarding a pen that NASA used during the Apollo missions, which they think proves the moon landing to be fake. Well, the Apollo detectives actually responded to it, and they're not happy. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon. Thank you very much for joining me. For those of you who have not seen yet, the Simon Kickstarter is now in full swing. We want to make the biggest and brightest Simon show season 2 that we possibly can. Now, incidentally, lots of you saying that you've not even seen season 1 yet, so I'll leave the link for the playlist for those 6 episodes in the description. If you are a fan of the channel and you believe in what I'm doing, then please do check out the Kickstarter link in the description and pledge if you want to get involved. Thank you. Right, back to today's video, and a response from the Apollo detectives should be fun. Take it away, gentlemen.
So what we have been discussing here is the Fisher Space Pen. This is more of a reaction to Simon Dan's video that he put out on us regarding the Fisher Space Pen. According to Simon Dan and his subscribers, they're finding other sites that are showing this space pen to write a straight line for 12,500 feet. I'm going to read to you exactly what the Wikipedia article said when we put the video up. And then I'm going to read what one of their subscribers put up. So the first thing I'd like to do is read what we put up. It goes as follows.
So this was my main point at the end of the video about them. Now, they were claiming that the pen wouldn't work over a certain altitude, but they were confusing this for how long in distance a pen would actually write for. Let's see what they say.
The ballpoint is made from tungsten carbide and is precisely fitted in order to avoid leaks. A sliding float separates the ink from the pressurized gas. The thixotropic viscoelastic ink in the hermetically sealed and pressurized reservoir is able to write for 3 times longer than the standard ballpoint pen. The pen could write at altitudes up to 12,500 feet, that's 3,800 meters.
Now, this was taken from Wikipedia, and if you look at that exact paragraph now on the website, you'll see the sentence in question has been removed, likely because it was wrong.
The ink is forced out by compressed nitrogen at a pressure of nearly 45 psi or 310 kilopascals. Operating temperatures range from -30 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit or -34 to 121 degrees centigrade. The pen can write without the help of gravity at any angle. The pen has an estimated shelf life of 100 years. Now, in that Wikipedia article, we do not see anything that has to do with a pen writing a straight line for 12,500 feet.
No, you don't, but I was referring to a different paragraph in my video, one in which stated this. The product literature states that the pen will write exactly 30.7 miles, 49.4 kilometers. In contrast, the standard PR pressurized refill cartridge is rated to write over 12,000 feet, 3,700 meters. So what has obviously happened here is that someone has become confused with what that actually meant. Then they wrote the Wikipedia article with sentences such as it can write to an altitude of 12,500 feet, which was then subsequently removed because it was wrong.
So we're going to read from an article on Fisher Space Pens what they have to say, and it is under Our Products. Fisher Space Pens are built for more than just outer space. The fact is, due to the patented sealed and pressurized ink cartridge, they will write in just about any condition and on almost any surface. Underwater or over grease, extreme temperatures, -30 to +250 Fahrenheit or -35 to +121 centigrade. Upside down or floating in a gravity-free zone. It doesn't matter, our pens will perform.
What's with the dude down on the bottom left, by the way?
Our sealed and pressurized ink cartridges last 3 times as longer than the average pen with an estimated 100 years shelf life. As an added bonus, we have a vast selection of over 85 eye-catching designs and styles. Once again, we see nothing in these articles that state that this pen can write a straight line for 12,500 feet.
This is true, but if you look at the website Montgomery Pens, for example, one in which sells the Millennium Fisher Space Pen, it clearly states you can write a continuous line over 30 miles long, which is enough to last the average person for 80 years.
One last article I'd like to read. This is from Wikipedia. The Fisher Space Pen, also known as the Zero Gravity Pen, marketed by Fisher Space Pen Company, is a pen that uses pressurized ink cartridges and is able to write in zero gravity, underwater, over wet and greasy paper, at any angle, and in a wide range of temperatures. That's the Wikipedia article. Now, it's interesting that the first Wikipedia article that we took from Wikipedia and posted in our video, something has changed.
Which tells you it's incorrect information, doesn't it?
So now, in this article, the temperatures have been removed. Now, in our article, the one that we put up, all of that information is there. But we still do not find that 12,500 foot line that this pen is able to write. Now, let's go over to what one of Simon Dan's subscribers, who calls himself G Grill 2088, had to say. He said, 1. The space pens were used inside of the pressurized hulls of the CM and LM at 4.7 psi. 2. No astronaut took the pen out onto the lunar surface that anyone is aware of. 3. Here's a quote from the company. You might want to reread this over or have someone else help you with the text, since you seem to think it means something different. However, the product literature states that the pen will write exactly 30.7 miles, 49.4 kilometers. In contrast, the standard PR pressurized refill cartridge is rated to write over 12,000 feet or 3,700 meters.
Now that is a good comment from one of my viewers. Well done.
That doesn't mean the pen stops working at 30.7 miles in altitude. LOL. That means that you can write a solid continuing line for over 30 miles. LOL. Too funny. So now the pen will write exactly 30.7 miles. This pen is going to write a straight line for 30.7 miles, according to G Gorell 2088.
That's the rub of it, matey, yes.
The whole point is why are they arguing? Why are his subscribers arguing how long a straight line that this pen could write?
Because you clearly came to the same misunderstanding that the original wiki article author made, which was confused that for altitude.
That has nothing to do with this video. Not one single thing. This is what I can't understand about Simon Dan, is what's the argument whether the pen can write 30.7, 30.4 miles in a straight line compared to what it can or cannot write upside down once that ink cartridge has been vacated of the nitrogen gas.
Because it can write in any environment, and you are claiming it couldn't work past a certain altitude. I was merely pointing out where you have become confused.
It doesn't matter how long the line is that it can write till it runs out of ink. The problem here is that when we put it in our vacuum chamber and left it in there for 24 hours, when I took it out, the ink was bubbled up around the ballpoint.
That looks like a regular ballpoint. Why would you not do it with the pen in question? And this, honestly, makes you look even worse.
The nitrogen gas may have been depleted, but it still wrote.
That's right, but it needs the pressure to continuously write upside down. That's the purpose of it being pressurized, to keep the ink up against the ball.
Oh, matey on the left has piped up at last.
Here's what's happening. I sent a Fisher Space Pen to Bill Demos in Greece. So when he gets some time, he's going to put this pen into his vacuum chamber. And we're going to pull this down to torr 10 to the -3. And then we're going to pull it down to torr 10 to the -4. And we're going to see where this pen starts to really leak out of that ballpoint. Because that's the weakest place in that pen. It bubbled up around the ballpoint when we did it. Now imagine what's going to happen if this pen is subjected to an environment of torr 10 to the -11, as would be found on the moon. Now, we've shown in our video the astronaut actually at the base of the ladder writing with this pen. And we've also shown what he has written. It's in the cue card.
Well, this is excellent. Let's see how your Greek friend fares when he puts one of those pens in his vacuum.
But the biggest thing people need to understand, once the nitrogen gas, which is pushing it against the ball, that's why it would work upside down. As soon as you exceed 12,500 feet, as stated by Fisher Space Pen, the nitrogen gas is going to leak out. It doesn't mean that the ink won't still write as a pen. You could write everywhere you want, but you wouldn't be able to write upside down for very long. It's just going to run out of ink. The ink's going to fall away from the ball and it's going to quit writing.
He's still talking about 12,500 feet. Why? We know that this is not correct information now.
And the fact of the matter is Fisher Space Pen has altered the documentation on their own website to cover their ass. They edit it out. He picks it up. He comes and attacks us. He makes his subscribers look like fools because his subscribers don't watch our videos. He never sent a link to his subscribers so that they could see the entire video of ours. I even suggested to the subscribers that they come and take a look at this video, and they refused to do so. And then he turned around and he attacked his own subscribers to get them to come over and make them look like fools.
How in the blue blazers did I do that? Now, I specifically do not put the link to the videos I cover in the description. People have asked me about this before, and it's basically because in the past when I've done that, there's been a few misdemeanors regarding offensive language from these subscribers or the watchers of these videos onto their videos. And I certainly didn't attack my own subscribers. That's funny. Well, that was an eye-opener, wasn't it? Dear oh dear. I cannot wait for that vacuum test footage from their Greek friend. We wait with bated breath. Now, how do you think the Apollo detectives got on there? Was that a good response to my video or not? Either way, what a fantastic Tinfoil Tuesday that was. But for now, we're all done and dusted for another episode. Thanks so much for watching. It truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel. We're close to 500,000 now. I've got big plans for that 500,000 subscriber special. We're going to have a whole week of celebrations. I'll let you know on updating on what's going to happen then soon. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great week, and I'll see you on Friday. We're going to look at the second 5 of those 10 good reasons why the Earth is not a globe from the Tomb of Illumination, or Lindsay, otherwise known as. See you then.